who's so wealthy that the true extent of his riches are almost indescribable. Musa was a man whose life was built on gold.
Welcome to an exploration of the man who was quite literally the wealthiest individual to ever walk the earth. While modern billionaires measure their worth in the hundreds of billions, Mansa Musa's fortune was so vast that it was essentially indescribable by the historians of his time. But he wasn't just a man of gold. He was a visionary who transformed a desert empire into a global center of learning and culture. Make sure to watch until the end as we reveal how one single man's spending spree actually crashed the entire economy of the Mediterranean for over a decade. Mansa Musa was born into the Khita dynasty of the Mali Empire around 1280. At that time, Mali was already a powerful state, but it was Musa's predecessor, Abu Bakr II, who inadvertently handed him the throne through one of history's greatest mysteries. Abu Bakr was obsessed with the Atlantic Ocean and reportedly set sail with a fleet of 2,000 ships to find the edge of the world. He never returned. Musa, who had been appointed as the deputy during the king's voyage, became the Mansa, the King of Kings, in 1312. He inherited a kingdom that was already rich, but his leadership would soon expand its borders to include the crucial trade cities of Timbuktu and Gao. Growing up in a culture that blended traditional African customs with Islamic faith, Musa was prepared from youth to be both a warrior king and a pious scholar. To understand Musa's wealth, you have to understand the geography of West Africa. The Mali Empire sat directly atop the world's largest gold deposits of the time. However, in the 14th century, gold was only as valuable as what you could trade it for, and what Mali needed was salt. Musa controlled the trans-Saharan trade routes, where gold from the south met salt from the north. The administration was incredibly efficient. He taxed every ounce of copper, gold, and salt that entered or left his borders. By the peak of his reign, it was estimated that the Mali Empire produced half of the entire world's gold supply. Yet Musa knew that raw wealth wasn't enough to make a lasting empire. He focused on building a stable, centralized government that protected merchants, ensuring that Mali was the safest place in the world to do business. In 1324, Mansa Musa embarked on his Hajj, the pilgrimage to Mecca. This wasn't just a religious journey. It was a massive diplomatic mission that put Mali on the world map. He traveled with a caravan that stretched as far as the eye could see, reportedly 60,000 men, including 12,000 slaves who each carried 4 pounds of gold bars. He also brought 80 camels, each loaded with up to 300 pounds of gold dust. As he passed through Cairo, Musa was so generous that he gave away gold to every poor person he encountered. He spent so much gold in the markets of Egypt that he actually caused mass inflation. The value of gold plummeted, and the Egyptian economy didn't fully recover for 12 years. This journey was so legendary that European cartographers later included him in the 1375 Catalan Atlas, depicting him sitting on a throne, holding a golden nugget the size of a grapefruit. Upon his return from Mecca, Musa didn't just bring back stories. He brought back the greatest minds of the Islamic world. He recruited the famous Andalusian architect Abu Ishaq al-Sahili to design the Jingurubur Mosque in Timbuktu. This mosque, built with burnt bricks and wood, a radical new style for the region, still stands today. Musa invested heavily in education, turning Timbuktu into a world-class center of learning. He established the University of Sankore, which housed one of the largest libraries in the world since the Library of Alexandria. At its height, the city was home to 25,000 students and scholars from across Asia, Africa, and Europe. Under Musa, Timbuktu wasn't just a city of gold, it was a city of books, where the trade of manuscripts was more profitable than any other business. Mansa Musa ruled for roughly 25 years, leaving behind an empire that was twice the size of France and significantly wealthier than any European kingdom of the era. While his successors struggled to maintain the vast borders after his death around 1337, the foundations he laid for West African culture remained. His legacy is one of African excellence and sophistication. He shattered the myth that Africa was a dark continent, disconnected from the world. Today, he is remembered not just as a man with a bottomless treasury, but as a ruler who understood that the true wealth of a nation lies in its architecture, its faith, and its commitment to knowledge. Thank you for watching this journey into the golden heart of Africa. If you found Mansa Musa's story as incredible as we do, please subscribe to the channel, give this video a like, and hit the notification bell. We want to hear your take. If you had Mansa Musa's infinite wealth today, what is the first thing you would build for the world?